we live? Are we recording? Yeah, we are.
I think we are.
There we go. Done. We need to... I keep forgetting. It shows that we're taking a bit too long before episodes when I kind of forget how to press the record button, make sure that everything's working, all the mics are plugged in. But here we are.
Am I coming through all right?
I think so. That's where we usually have our mics, right? Yeah. No, this is it. Professional podcasters, welcome to the Collectania of everything. I'm Jasher.
And I'm Hamish.
Yep.
Is that... Oh,
we are co-hosts.
Yep.
And yeah, this is a podcast where we kind of just... It's a collection of everything. We talk about anything and everything. And our idea of it is just like you can come in and just look for a certain subject you want to hear about, jump in and just hang out with us if you'd like to.
Well, within reason.
Yeah, there is like... I mean, if you want to follow along the bathroom review saga.
No, that's fully in there. We'll don't worry. We'll continue with that later.
yeah, even for our people who didn't like it and requested we get rid of it. We'll surprise them with a full bathroom episode.
Yeah, well, they haven't even seen the bathroom.
No, we haven't properly
review.
done it. We can be professional interior designers just for...
Well, critics.
Interior design critics.
Yeah.
Specify. Oh, we're getting too much into bathroom talk already. We've got to stop.
Every week.
I think it's been 2 weeks since we last did this.
No, that's better
so
than
we're keeping
last
up
time.
a bi-weekly. I know, right?
Yeah.
I think of ourselves as like a bi-weekly podcast at this point, which is pretty good. But yeah, thank you to everyone who sent in messages or said that they enjoyed the last episode. We got some good feedback about the Mohu man. It's been too long.
I've already forgotten.
It was Mohu. Who knows?
I have to see it written again. I'm sorry.
There we go. But we got
I don't
good.
want to say it.
We got good. We got good. We had a lot of good feedback on it. People saying they loved us talking about cryptids. But apparently a lot of my pronunciation was wrong. Which, no kidding, I can't even pronounce the cryptid, but I said Thames instead of the Thames.
Ah, yeah.
And there was a few, So we're just never going to do it again, even though we've got good feedback. No cryptids, nothing historical. Back to the bathrooms. Not our forte.
We know how to pronounce those.
Yeah. Easy, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks to everyone who said that they liked it. We might look at doing things like that sometime in the future. Hamish will have to bring out a mystery or a cryptid that we dive deep into that Hamish pronounces.
I talked a little bit about the Loch Ness monster.
Yeah, there we go. It was good.
Time.
You also did a little tease for big cats in the South Island.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to touch on that one more.
But how have you been?
I've been pretty good.
Yeah.
Been pretty tired, I think, this whole past week. I don't know why.
You bought a new car?
I bought a new car. That's probably why.
Yeah.
Expensive.
Yeah.
Not really. It was pretty
just
cheap.
Just recovering from the Tesla that you bought.
Hey,
no, it's cool.
Yeah, with all that podcasting money.
Yeah, all the money we make from this. Yeah, it's great.
I wish. I'd love an electric car, eh?
I mean, I work at a power company, and we use our fleet as fully electric cars. So whenever I go like traveling for work, I use an electric car and I love it.
So jealous.
Too many times I've sat in it, tried to get it working for 5 minutes and realized it was on the whole time. It's just so quiet and so smooth that it didn't realize. It's great.
Do you ever get tripped out at lights or something and you sort of stop? And
it stops. You don't hear the engine. And then
you're just sort of like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Exactly. Yeah, it happens. And it also does this weird thing that when you're going downhill, it starts charging the car.
Okay.
I don't know how it works, but when you're not, I don't know.
So does it make a weird noise or something?
You see how much
so the lights sort of start brightening up a little bit more.
yeah. The tires leave behind flames, and it's like, no, you see because you see how much power you're using, and it kind of inverts when you're going downhill.
Okay.
It's like, oh, you're gaining it, but I don't know how it works, but it's cool. Electric cars are cool. But yeah, electric car talk? What does this podcast become?
Yeah, let's go back to the bathrooms.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I've been pretty good. I think that's why you asked me how I've been.
Yeah.
And then naturally that goes to electric cars.
Yes.
Because I don't own one.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. One day with the podcast money. One day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I've been pretty good. How about you?
Good. Full on. I think it's kind of my fault we didn't record last week because I was traveling with a friend from the South Island, another friend here in Whangarei. We went to Auckland, went to Spookers, our haunted house, went and saw Mortal Kombat and VMAX.
Is that out?
Yeah, man. It's good.
Shoot. Was it actually?
Yeah, it's like
I was a bit skeptical about it. I wasn't.
it's over the top. It's cheesy. It's not well fleshed out characters, but it's a good time.
Good fighting?
Good fighting. Pretty gory stuff. They're like mimicking the games.
Yeah, I thought that
It was like so over the top that it was a lot of good callbacks and like fan service. I enjoyed it. It was really good. Then again, I enjoyed kind of the older ones that are seen to be completely terrible. But yeah, we saw MK, went to Spookers, went and did some mini golf. So it was a pretty good time, a long weekend. And then watched the Oscars last weekend, which was great.
Last weekend?
Well, yesterday.
Yeah.
But I don't know when I'm going to release this episode. Try for tonight, or maybe tomorrow, and be like, don't break the illusion that we record some of these in advance.
I don't even think about that. I'm always just like, oh yeah, the other day. I feel like I am anyway.
Yeah. Yesterday, but last weekend for you guys. Might be yesterday. Who knows?
You normally release it like straight away, don't you?
Yeah. Try to. Oh yeah. No, man, we got our strict schedule. We got our weekly releases.
Monday the
certain
25th.
days.
No, Monday the 26th.
Was that yesterday?
I'm pretty sure.
There we go. Yeah, Monday the 26th. I watched the Oscars. It was different this year because of COVID. It was like not in their normal place, not as many people. It was kind of like a laid back show.
It went on all day though. I've never kept up with Oscars, so I have no idea what goes on.
We've always watched it, but I've never known any of the movies that made it.
Yeah,
made it for Best Picture or any of the big awards. But this year, before the Oscars, I made myself sit down and I ended up watching all 8 of the Best Picture nominees, which was pretty cool because I was a bit more invested and I was like, I really hope this wins. And then,
so correct in hearing when I heard that was it My Octopus Teacher or something?
My Octopus Teacher won Best Documentary, and I ended up watching it last night, Monday the 26th, the night of Monday the 26th.
Yeah,
I mean, it's really good. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I saw it like ages ago when it
I didn't really know about it, but it was good.
It was interesting. It was really weird, and it was kind of I don't know. It was a little bit like
I'm like,
it was a journey. I think.
I think it was.
It was a little bit weird, but at the same time, it was really
afterwards. I'm just like, man, Monique, if a sexy octopus comes along, who knows what would happen?
Okay, do we watch the same thing?
No, it was cool. It was about like this man, just like going through burnout at work and then forming like a friendship with an octopus that he went and visited every day.
He went he basically started going into the water every single day and recording this octopus, the same octopus every single day for like a year.
Yeah, I think it was.
And he started it was interesting. It's interesting because from my memory anyway, he started as he was going through and becoming more interested with it and he started sort of learning a lot about octopuses and nature in general from just being in the water in general every single day for like long periods, I think. But it also started becoming something, if I remember correctly, that he started doing with his son as well. And it became like a way for him to sort of be with his son more and like sort of something for them to do together, and it sort of
it was real
sort
cool.
of more connections with his family, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and it was real cool that it kind of like got him through his breakdown, and it was kind of like, I don't know, just this real cool connection that it just showed this real cool connection that we can have with animals, wild animals. It made me think about how amazing it is that like we can actually get so close to like cats and dogs and pets. Like we actually have a real cool relationship that's quite special when you think about it. But
especially so, I think because as far as I know, octopus are like really smart. Like,
I think they said in the documentary they're kind of like cats and dogs.
Yeah, but I think they're smarter.
They might be. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
But it was good. What did get quite. It seemed like it became a bit of an obsession for him. I felt for his wife, that you don't hear of, but like just spending all day and night with an octopus. But it was good. I'm glad it won. I have to watch it. I didn't watch any of the others.
Yeah.
But did you see many other of the nominees?
I don't know what else.
Any of the?
No, I just heard about that one, and I was like, yeah.
Any of the
I've watched.
Any of the best pictures? You wouldn't even know what's Judas and the Black Messiah, Minari, Sound of Metal, The Father, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman. Probably another one I'm forgetting.
I don't keep up with all these sorts of movies.
Yeah, no, I
feel like I should maybe, but I don't know.
You would have seen like a lot of the like you would have seen Soul and like Onward, the animated feature.
Onward, the Pixar movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. That was up for.
I've seen both of those. Yeah. I've seen both of those. It took me a while to register the names.
Soul ended up winning animated, which I thought was pretty good.
Over Onward.
Yeah. I haven't seen Onward.
But they're both Pixar.
Yeah, I know. It's like Pixar versus Pixar.
I prefer Onward.
I gotta see it.
I mean, I don't think it should have won anything, but I prefer it over Soul.
Yeah.
I don't know. I watched Soul, and I didn't like it much.
I thought it was...
I feel like the reason why...
The message was pretty cool.
I feel like the reason why I don't like it is because it's the same reason why a lot of other people would say they love it. So I don't really want to talk too much about it because then I'll just upset people.
Yeah?
I don't know. I feel like most people will just be like, oh, you just...
I enjoyed it. I didn't think it was anything super, super special. I was just like, it's cool. It's about music. It's a bit
kind of
heartfelt.
depressing.
It was kind of depressing.
Like, even I thought at the end there was going to be some big thing where it was going to be... It's very realistic, I would say.
Yeah, yeah.
So at the very end, he sort of doesn't really... from my memory of it, it's sort of like there's no big special reveal or anything.
No.
His dream wasn't really all that amazing, all that special, or all that fulfilling.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was just a story about realizing that, you've got to enjoy every part of life, and it's not just about, dreams will let you down, things like that, and it's sort of little things and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I get that story, but at the same time...
We'll probably gel with a lot of people, and a lot of people would probably appreciate it because of that.
Yeah,
but I'm kind of with you. It wasn't...
At the same time, yeah, I don't know. I just when I was watching it, I was like, "This is a Pixar movie." It's kind of they were always emotional, but they always end on like a sort of a happier note.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. That's my experience anyway. Though I don't know. There might be some that don't.
Yeah.
But it's sort of. I mean, it sort of ended on more kind of like a bittersweet note, but it was still kind of depressing.
Yeah. No,
at the same time.
I get you, and I thought it was like moving.
Yeah.
And very like, I don't know, you're right, as it was kind of like real.
Yeah.
And depressing, which was quite like left field for like a movie like that. You usually wouldn't.
Yeah. It's not super surprising for Pixar though.
Yeah. They always try to do a little bit, play with your emotions a little. But that one animated feature, I still need to see Onward. I've heard it's quite fantasy and
I thought you
D&D related.
I thought you would have
Yeah,
liked that. That's like right up your alley.
I don't even know why I watched Soul. I need to get back into like Pixar. I haven't seen a lot of the recent Pixar movies.
I think I've kind of watched most of them. I think there might be one or two that I'm missing, but I don't know how I just have been able to watch them.
I mean, they're more readily accessible now on like Disney Plus, and
Yeah.
a lot of the like Best Picture nominees I had to like use VPNs and rent from like the States, and
Really?
because a lot of them aren't even like available in New Zealand. But yeah, so I probably would have. That's probably why a lot of people haven't watched them or seen much of them, because they're just not readily accessible. I guess Mank was the other Best Picture winner. That was on Netflix, but it's a like biopic about a guy, black and white, in the golden age of movies, which a lot of people might not be grabbed by.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
They're always like really weird movies.
They're very like, there's a specific, very like moving, very like beautifully crafted, very like slow paced, but you can kind of tell that's going to be a Best Picture at the Oscars. But honestly, I enjoyed all 8 of them. I thought they were all very good. I would recommend them. Nomadland ended up winning, which is a story about a lady kind of living out of her van and just traveling around and showing you what life is like going between jobs and just traveling around, living from wherever you're parking up that night. It was very beautifully shot. She won Best Acting as well, Frances McDormand, the actress in it, and she was great. I think she kind of lived like that for a while she was filming, got into character. But that one, it wasn't my favourite. My favourite was probably Sound of Metal, which I loved, about a drummer who loses his hearing suddenly and gets involved with this. He was an addict as well. He got involved in like this rehab clinic that specialised of people who were deaf.
Yeah.
And it was real moving. It really got me. It was like probably my favourite movie of last year when it came out. But that took Best Sound, which isn't surprising, and Best Editing. But yeah, it was good. I'd recommend you guys checking them out. I took my my mum and my sister to a few of them that they wouldn't have usually gone to, and I think they really ended up loving it.
Yeah.
I think it's quite cool. I mean, a lot of people that I know, a lot of my friends they got the attitude that are like, hey, if it hasn't got explosions or action or thrills, it's not really worth watching. But
yeah, totally.
Yeah,
No,
man,
I'm
Hamish. Yeah, but I mean, Mortal Kombat's good, right? But it's not like doesn't stay with you.
I think this is sort of my attitude towards it because I like slow moving movies. I like, I like that sort of movie. The really beautifully done, and there's more of a lesson behind it, or just I don't know. I like those. I feel like I think that's kind of obvious with a lot of like the Studio Ghibli movies that I love.
Yeah.
I always bring up Studio Ghibli.
No, it's good. I keep on my case about it.
Because that's like what a lot of them are. They're
Yeah.
sort of more slow paced. There's more meant to be more like moving or simple even. But my issue with them is that, or my attitude is that, it can very easily, you can sit down to watch one of those, and you can very easily find that, like if it's a dud, you won't know it's a dud until you watch the entire movie. And often they can be long.
Yeah.
They don't always have to be long, but I feel like often they can be long, or they feel long because they're really slow. And you have to pay a lot of attention. You can't just sit there. It's not just explosions going off and stuff. You can't just zone out.
Yeah.
You have to focus on what's going on.
Yeah.
Because often, and a lot of those sorts of movies, often stuff is subtle as well, I find.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's my issue, is that if they're a dud, you won't actually know until the end. And then you've wasted that whole experience, that whole time, and that whole... It's a big effort. For me, at least. I feel like it's an effort for me to sit down and watch something. Cause especially with our baby and everything. And
yeah, totally. And if you do like commit yourself to watching something that's quite long and quite slow, if there isn't the payoff, it's a bit...
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get you.
So that's probably why I haven't watched a lot.
Yeah.
But that is more sort of my style of movie that I prefer.
Like I do. Some of your favorites are ones that are
more slow and almost boring, as people might say. That's
But something I've realized recently, especially like watching all these Best Picture ones, was you kind of forget sometimes that movies are very much a form of art.
Yeah.
And I guess a lot of us in this day and age, we kind of like just chuck something on to be entertained.
Yeah. It has to be comedy or action.
Yeah, it has to be comedy. It has to make you laugh or make you like just put your action-packed edge of the seat. But I don't know.
In your case, like horror.
Yeah, make you scared, make you jump. But there's something very special when like a movie is able to portray a feeling or an idea or just something that stays with you and actually makes a difference.
Yeah.
Which was I think majority of these ones this year did, which was real cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
It got pretty deep.
I was thinking before about talking about a movie that I watched recently, which I don't watch I don't watch a lot of movies lately because of the same reason as I was saying before.
Yeah.
Because it's hard.
I mean, you're staying on top of a lot more like
TV shows
than I am. I'm just
working my way through X-Files.
Nice.
Started watching 24 as well.
Yeah, man, that's classic.
I think we'll wait until... I think that's a weekend watch for us.
Watch a whole 24 season in a weekend?
No, just watch a few sort of...
Spend 24 hours watching all 24 hours?
No, we don't have that much time. But I used to when it was like...
Me too, dude.
Back when I first was watching it. Not that much, but I'd watch a lot.
24's good. Classic.
Yeah, we're watching that. And when we do watch a movie, we often will go to Studio Ghibli that I haven't seen. We'll slowly work our way through that. We're almost done with those, but still got a couple more to go. Yeah, what else? Oh, Bob's Burgers. We're watching through those.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
A lot of I need to catch up with a whole lot more of those 20-minute animated ones that I just haven't. I need to watch Futurama. I've heard good things. I've also heard good things about Castlevania, which I have seen the first 2 seasons of. Haven't seen the most recent one, and then there's one coming out in a couple of weeks. So
is there another?
Yeah, the last season.
Ah.
I like vampires. I like fantasy, so I need to jump back on.
Yeah, very gory though.
Yeah, man, good.
Very explicit as well that last season.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was gonna say
you took time out of your TV to watch a movie.
Yeah, I was gonna watch. Yeah, we decided to watch this movie that just stood out to us. It looked really silly, but also kind of, I don't know, interesting at the same time. I think it's called Love and Monsters.
I haven't seen it, but I've heard good things.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed it. It is really silly, and I probably wouldn't watch it again just because it's one of those movies. You watched it now. Now you've seen it. It's not like It's not like you go back to it. It's not like a favorite or anything. I'm going to put on my top list.
Yeah,
but it is probably the best movie I've watched in a while. And as I said, I haven't watched a lot. But I don't know. I just want to put it out there. If anyone wants to watch an interesting apocalyptic movie, it's with a bit of humor twisted in. It's quite. I reckon it's a good watch.
It was going forward for, I think, best special effects.
Really?
Oscars. Yeah. I think Tenet ended up winning, but I saw it and I was like, man, I got to watch this. And I saw it was on Netflix now. So
yeah. Well, I thought it was a Netflix original. Oh. It's got the main guy from Maze Runner, if I'm not
Dylan
mistaken.
O'Brien? I think.
I don't know. That's why I said the guy from Maze
Runner.
Yeah,
okay. Strike that. Who knows?
And the only two people I recognise anyway was him and the guy from Guardians of the Galaxy, which I can't remember his name either.
Michael Rooker?
The guy who plays...
Yondu.
Yondu, yeah.
And I think there's also the girl from Iron Fist, Jessica Henwick.
I watched like 1 or 2 episodes of Iron Fist.
Yeah, first season was a bit of a slog. Second one was good. Second one was good.
I'll take your word for it.
yeah. But I gotta, I'll watch Love and Monsters, and I'll watch When Marnie Was There. And
you've got to watch that. Have we talked about that?
Not yet. Wait till I watch it. I'll watch it this week.
Yeah.
I'll watch it before the next episode. Hold me to it.
And then I reckon we write up a review each.
Next episode's going to be the Studio Ghibli episode, guys.
No, just the When Marnie Was There.
When Marnie Was There. Yeah, so you guys watch it too?
I haven't finished the book yet, though. Maybe we should wait until we've read the book.
You've got 2 weeks.
Dang. But you've got to read it as well.
I thought it's committing to watching a movie, not reading a book.
It's been taking you so long just to watch the movie. I think I'll just wait till you watch it.
Are you enjoying reading it?
Yeah, it's again, same with movies. I'm very slow with reading and going through them and finding time. But yes, I am enjoying it. It's a fun little read. It's quite funny the way it's been written and everything.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's quite it's like the movie. It's slow paced and a little bit more. It's still kind of, I don't know, mystery sort of feel to it a little bit.
Yeah, nice.
I don't know. It might just be me because I've watched the movie and I'm assuming it's gonna be exactly the same. So it might change. I don't know later. I don't know. We'll see.
That's cool. I've been.
But I'm enjoying it.
Maybe I will read it. I'll watch the movie. I'll see how we go.
Yeah.
I've been reading Journey into Darkness, which is a sequel to Mindhunter. Which is about the
TV show.
Yeah, it's what the TV show is based off, about the guy who kind of came up with the term like serial killers and kind of like figured out what makes them tick and kind of created the whole division in the FBI that deals with them. Real good, real like intense, and he does not hold any punches when he's like reading about super full-on cases and crazy messed up things that killers have done. But it's very insightful of how the human mind works. Thinking about quitting my job, becoming a serial killer. No, not serial killer. No, becoming like a detective, looking into these things. It's good.
Yeah.
No, it's real cool. So I've been enjoying that, and I'm going to start rereading. Ian Powell just released a new book called The Canterbury Murders, which I read a copy of before it was officially released and loved. It brought me to tears at the end.
Really?
It's really good. Yeah, I didn't expect it from
Do you tear up easily?
I do. I feel like I do, honestly. But it was like this real heartfelt conversation at the end of this mystery.
I don't know if I've ever teared up during a book or a movie. I've come close, but I don't think I've ever actually teared up.
Really?
It's been
Predestination, you were crying by the end of. I think I remember.
Oh no! Don't bring up that movie.
And Tremors. And I think Star Trek, when you watched
Tremors was better than Predestination.
What?
Okay, that's another episode, I think, for another time.
Man. I'm thinking of rereading The Canterbury Murders because it was so good, and she just released it, so check it out. Real good mystery. Real good mystery. I didn't really heaps of twists and turns that I didn't see coming, and it's historical fiction. It was real cool, bringing back to the medieval days, and surprisingly has a lot of heart to it. So I'd recommend checking that out.
We were going to talk about what games we've been playing, because I already started talking to you about what I've been playing.
Oh yeah, our three segments of the show.
Yeah.
Bathroom talk.
Yeah. We kind of haven't really done that.
What are we drinking that we've done like twice? We'd finished teas.
I've got to start bringing more interesting tea along.
Yeah, I've got the most boring tea. I've only started drinking
well,
since
this
we've
is just
done this.
What is this? This is
I don't even want to.
Dilmah Premium.
Premium
is that?
tea, dude.
How do you pronounce that?
And then we pronounce something wrong for the next segment.
Ceylon?
Ceylon.
I think it's just...
I'm going to get more angry comments in, dude. Just don't even try.
I'm pretty sure it's just like... I don't know. What is it called? Oh, my goodness.
I don't know my teas. Oh, it's English breakfast, dude.
Is it?
No, that's the only tea I really know. There's...
Why isn't no teas coming to mind? I'm the tea
You're the tea expert, dude. You're the one who's going to bring your tea.
Anyway.
We're getting too far into tea talk now. We don't need to... In our other segments...
Earl Grey.
It's Earl Grey.
Is it Earl Grey?
It is.
Is it? You sure?
I'd assume
it's
so.
either Earl Grey or
I'd assume
British,
it's Earl Grey. Yeah.
English breakfast. British breakfast.
Well, there we go. Got to the bottom of that. And then what games we're playing for the next segment?
It's like the most boring tea ever, but I love it. What games are we playing? What are you playing right now?
I've been playing Monster Hunter Rise on my Switch.
Did we talk about that last time?
We've talked about it a bit, I think. We haven't played it much together.
We're both still playing it, but we haven't had a lot of time to play it together.
Nah, I've been playing
unfortunately
a bit with my brother, and I've been loving it. And then I'll be playing heaps of Mortal Kombat 11. Kind of getting into it more so after the movie.
More so after the movie?
Yeah, man.
You guys were getting into it when like the trailer was
out.
I
know, dude. It's a lifestyle, I tell you. But what have you been playing? Hamish's new game of the... See, mine are two games I've probably mentioned before on the podcast.
Yeah.
What's this is...
Well, I just got downloaded Outriders on Xbox.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's what it's called. Yeah. Outrider or Outriders? I think it's Outriders.
Yeah.
It's free to play on Game Pass. Game Pass is the same
Xbox
no matter what country you're in, right?
I assume so. I assume so.
There are some games that aren't available in New Zealand.
Yeah, you're right.
Soma is one of them. I want to play that
What's Soma?
bad. Soma is like a horror game. I'm pretty sure it was made by the same people who made, was it Amnesia?
Oh, really?
Amnesia Dark Descent, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure it's made by the same people who made that. This is like the game after that they made. And it's like this really interesting, trippy game. I haven't actually played it. I've seen people play it. But I managed to find it when I changed the location of my Xbox.
And then you can't buy it without like a US card, and that's like a tricky...
No, it's just
here in NZ, I swear, we get things just so...
But also, I think I could get it, but I'd only be able to play it if I kept myself on the US.
Yeah.
I think that's how it worked. I don't know. It was a bit trippy. I was like, let's just leave it. Cut my losses.
But Outriders.
I was just about to start talking about Soma now. Soma's, I feel like it's like, it's one of those games, not many people have these sorts of games, but I do, where I've seen people play it, and I would consider it being possibly in some category of my top games.
But you've never played it?
Actually playing it.
Do you watch quite a lot of like...
It's because I like this, I used to watch a lot.
Yeah.
Just because I couldn't play a lot of the games, so I just watch people playing them.
Games are expensive nowadays.
Yeah, well, because of Game Pass though, it's sort of
true.
It's sort of opened it up now, and I'm playing a different game each week.
Yeah, there you go. The root of the problem.
Well, it's not each week. I don't get a lot of time to play games. My issue is I start playing a game, and then about a week later I get an opportunity to play it again. But by that point, I feel like playing something else.
Yeah.
It's like I don't get enough time to like get into a game. That's my excuse.
Yeah.
Okay. Believe it or not, that's what I'm using.
Right. Sure. Yeah.
Soma's a horror game.
Okay.
I can talk about that if you want. Otherwise, I'll just
like Amnesia.
Sort of. Yeah. I'd consider it a horror game, but it's interesting. It's it's got a lot to do with like the world's ending and you're underwater in this big underwater base. I'm just trying to do it real quick. Science-based thing. And there's a lot to do with brain scans and stuff. Essentially, a lot of the premise of the game is sort of a lot of it's based around the fact that they've got this technology where they can scan your brain and make a copy of the data essentially in your brain scan, and that is kind of you at that moment that they scanned you, and they can upload that into a robot of some kind, and then that robot will have your exact memories from that point beforehand, if that makes sense. So they scan your brain, they put it over to a robot. That robot believes it's you now and has all your memories since before it's scanned. So you'll have a scan, and then you'll wake up in a robot body, and you will think that the scan just happened. It's just whoop, the scan's just happened.
Oh, but you're like a clone or a
or another or like some
copy.
Weird robot.
Yeah.
So the story is that you're like one of the first people to get a brain scan, and then you suddenly wake up randomly in this underwater base, like submarine, and the world's ending, and all the surface is like destroyed and everything.
Yeah.
And this is like the only part of people,
and you're
bit of
just
civilization that's sort of
guy.
left, and you're just this copy of this random guy, and it's sort of like coming to that realization as you're playing through the game that you're like, I'm ruining it for everyone. That you're actually just a copy of a guy from like ages ago, and you're already dead, like long since dead. This is like way in the future, and
that sounds cool. I've never even played Amnesia. I need to get on.
Yeah,
is it the same
Amnesia's
world?
quite old.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think it's the same world now.
I need to pick them up.
This is more sci-fi, whereas I think Amnesia
more straight horror.
Yeah, it was just it's a good game. I think you can get it on PC quite easily.
Cool. I'll need to have a look.
I'm
sure the mystery will be enthralling.
It's just ruined it for me. I'm sorry. Outriders.
Yeah.
How did I get onto that? How did I change subject so quickly?
I don't know. We do it a lot on this podcast. I don't know what.
Yeah.
This happens when we don't really have a theme either this episode. It's kind of just a catch-up.
Yeah, this is a lazy episode
because
we haven't... I mean, we don't even do a lot of prep on the episodes where we're doing prep.
Yeah.
Like, well, you did a lot last time.
Yeah.
That was a lot of prep.
Yeah.
You did a good job.
Thank you.
I did nothing.
No, you did. You had all this Loch Ness Monster random facts in your head that we can't verify. But
no fact checking or anything.
But Outriders.
So Outriders. Should I just ruin the story again?
No, because I'm gonna actually play this one. I'll download it to play with you.
Well, then what do I say about it? It's a fun game. It's a fun
multiplayer fantasy,
sci-fi,
dystopian future,
loot and
shoot. You said it was before.
Yeah,
there we go. It's a loot and shoot. But yeah, I'll download it and play it, and we can talk about it.
Yeah.
Other thing that we both watched recently was the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Ah, here we go.
Which is the recent, it's finished now. It's a recent Marvel TV show that came out. And I enjoyed it. As a whole.
Yeah.
I thought it was real cool. Had my favorite character, which everyone hated, was John Walker.
I agree with you there.
Really cool. And I don't understand why everyone hated him. I think it comes back to why we like Boromir so much. It's just a unique, flawed character that everyone hates on. They don't understand it.
I know.
Everyone's like, oh, he's not Captain America, but he's not supposed to be.
Yeah. I don't know. And a lot of people didn't believe me when I was saying that. I was like, oh, I really hope they don't just do away with him or make him into the enemy. I really hope he sort of turns around and finds a place in the... Because to be honest, and I know this will be controversial, I prefer him, and I find him more... Relatable is not the word, but like believable, I think. And more interesting of a character than than any of the characters that were actually in that TV show. Like
Bucky and
Falcon. I feel like I would rather watch a show about him than Bucky and Falcon. Like, I enjoyed Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
because he was in it.
I'm with you.
If he wasn't there, I would have found it the most average, boring show ever.
I did like some of the buddy moments, and there was a little bit of fun.
There was a little bit of banter and stuff between them. It was kind of funny.
What I found is that the villain was quite mediocre.
Yeah,
nothing real special about it. It's just another terrorist movement, making it political. And there's no real when you see a movie, there's set pieces.
Yeah.
There's massive set pieces and different scenes that are very unique, and they're the moments you remember in the film.
Yeah.
There's no like fights that stick out to me from it, or big.
Other than the one where I would agree with you there, except for the one where John
Walker
goes
up against
the Falcon and the Winter Soldier at the same
you're
time.
right. Yeah.
And takes them both out.
Yeah.
Basically. In my opinion, he won that fight.
Oh, yeah. Even though he, spoiler alert, got a broken arm and was left.
A spoiler alert. No, I shouldn't. But, he took out one, took out the other, and then one of them managed to get back up.
Yeah.
That was all it was.
Yeah, you're right.
He was stronger than both. And this is the thing that I kept going on. I found annoying at the beginning because they really wanted to show how weak he was because of the character stuff. You know? How, he was losing to everyone.
Yeah.
But then I kept saying to myself and to other people who would listen, he was more qualified to be, like, I know this is against, like, the whole point of the show and everything like that. But I didn't like Sam as a character.
Yeah.
Okay, just because... Well, actually, I didn't mind him, but I felt like he was kind of... I don't know, he was just sort of a very forgettable character. The Falcon, in general.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do.
And I'd say the same about Bucky, to be honest. Like, there was
I never liked Bucky. I found him very boring.
They both had some cool character arcs. Like, I liked Sam's whole thing about actually accepting the shield and that whole journey. And I liked Bucky's whole thing about actually like forgiving everyone who's wronged and making peace of who he used to be.
Yeah.
But you're right.
I mean, like, it's kind of like War Machine as well.
Yeah.
Like, it's just another... They've tried to make them really cool, but they always you kind of forget about them. They sort of fall into the back. Which, I mean, I guess the show is to try and, like, draw your attention more to them.
Yeah.
I guess, but it's just, they were almost like, in the movies where they were announced and brought in, they were also just as forgettable. You know? Like, they don't, I don't know. So I don't want to hate on them too much, but I guess I started already going like, it's like two of my least favorite superheroes. Yeah. The show about them. And then when they started, like, I don't know, I felt like a lot of the negativity towards John Walker, I was just sort of like, he's actually, when I was thinking about it, it's like, he's actually, because he's a soldier and he's well trained and he is the best soldier, he's the best person that they could, that in this universe anyway, the best person that they could pick, that the government and the military could pick out to train to be Captain America, to replace Captain America, not necessarily nowhere near as good as Captain America, but the best that they could come up with. Yeah. The very best that they could get out there and put on the front lines. I mean, with all his flaws and everything, is just considering his
skill and
abilities and stuff.
I guess that's what the whole Captain America thing is not a perfect soldier, but a good man. Yeah.
Whereas I think that's what they try to show, that he's like a perfect soldier, but quite a flawed person. Yeah. But then I think it's the more that he needs to do well, or like he means well, he wants to do well, but he sort of mixes between being a good soldier with being a good person. I think that's what he kind of, I think
struggles
they show they mix up, but also they were being really douchey to him right from the start. They were being so hostile just because he was, just because they viewed him as taking the place of Captain America. Yeah, Steve. So they instantly were like, we're not going to help you. You're not going to help us. Blah 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 blah. It was just, I don't know. I found it was like, well, obviously he's going to start getting like more hostile towards them as well.
I mean, you guys are breaking the law, breaking out criminals.
I know, they were doing so much, and it was just like, he was just, it's just so annoying, but so many people weren't seeing it that way. They were just like, no, he's just a bad guy. Obvious. Yeah. But what I was getting at is that he is far more qualified than Sam, and I know this is against the whole purpose of the show. It's to show Sam's progress to accepting the shield and finally becoming Captain America.
Because Sam was like a para soldier. Yeah. And he's like training in like counter-terrorism or something?
I don't know, stuff like that. He seems to have training in all sorts of different things. But he wasn't the person, like, I mean, Steve gave him the shield.
Because he was a good man.
Yeah, but then like they didn't pick another person just like Sam to become the soldier. They picked an actual I don't know. What I'm trying to get to is that the government, like Sam and John Walker.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start mixing up names. They're both, military background, all that sort of stuff. They're both normal people.
Mm.
They don't have any superpowers or anything.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, anyway, and I might be wrong on this, there might be some stuff to do with their backgrounds that I don't know much about, but that's that John Walker is actually more qualified and capable to be Captain America. Just off that basis, just off his skill and ability.
It was a good decision for the government to make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also the fact that they made that decision, that they would have gone through everyone that they had and they did try and go off character as well, because they picked someone who had won those awards and stuff for being, had been handed out the medals for being
He had a lot of support from his
Yeah, and he seemed like a good person from the start, but obviously not as, I guess, in my opinion, he seemed more like he was a good person towards the people he believed were good, because as soon as tragedy hit him, he instantly wanted revenge, whereas I think what they were trying to show is that the real Captain America wouldn't do that, they wouldn't, but then I still believe that if that same thing that happened, spoilers, to John Wick's friend had happened John Walker. I'm sorry, I've been trying not to say that the whole time, and I keep almost saying
John Wick's in the show, did you not? Yeah.
John Walker.
Just saying, if
the same thing happened to Steve, if
Sam died, or Bucky died.
Bucky.
Yeah.
I think he would have reacted in a similar way.
Yeah. No, you might be right there.
I feel that anyway, but he might not have gone quite as far.
Yeah.
But I think he would have reacted in a similar way, and I don't think people can blame that. But the thing I find annoying is the fact that as soon as he snapped, as soon as, because they've been hostile to it, Sam and Bucky have been hostile to him the whole show, as soon as he snapped, as soon as he did something wrong, they've been doing illegal stuff the whole time, as soon as he did something wrong, they were instantly there, like that, just boom, right there to take his shield off him and fight him. They were just like, nah, we're going to have to take this off you. Yeah. They were just looking for a reason the entire show to take that off him. That's what I was feeling watching it. I might just be watching it just because I'm rooting for him, because I don't know, something clicked at the start of the show and I was like, I like this character. Yeah. And that might be why I was viewing it that whole time. I might be missing key points that sort of show that actually,
I agree with you. The thing for me was, I felt a lot of the decisions made in the show, especially with Sam and Bucky going straight against him and them breaking the law, a lot of things didn't make much sense for them. They didn't have much reason behind why they happened or what's going on. Yeah. And I think that's I liked the show, don't get me wrong, but looking back on it, there's a lot of moments where things are just nicely wrapped up. Yeah. Or things just nicely this makes sense when it really doesn't. Yeah. And looking back at it, even with John Walker, I love the dude, and I loved that he was becoming this anti-hero, and he's going down this dark path just to be at the end brought back. Oh, he's a good guy again. Everyone's kind of forgiven him. Oh, he's going to make some quippy remarks and jokes, and that's him now in the last episode.
Yeah, I did kind of feel that was a bit.
And it's just a bit too perfect. I don't know.
I would agree with you there, but at the same time, it was I was relieved. I think that's why I was. Yeah. When I watched it, I was like, oh yes, they haven't turned him into the villain. They haven't just done away with him. Yeah. They've actually created a character now that
is going to stick around and keep doing what he's doing.
Stick around, hopefully, and maybe, show up in a movie or something.
Yeah, which would be cool. That'll be awesome, cool. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's I don't know if it's me getting more refined with my best picture taste, but but I guess watching these, a lot of the time they just seem to put aside any real depth for spectacle, or just to make something that's cool, which I guess is what Marvel is and why I kind of like it in the first place. But I don't know. I've been liking these shows. I like both this and WandaVision, but both of them just kind of felt like I like this a lot more than WandaVision.
Same.
But both of them have just felt quite lacking to me.
Yeah.
And I feel like both of them would have been better as a movie.
Yeah.
More memorable and not as much like fluff and pandering than it would be if it was just a 2-hour-long movie. But, it's superheroes.
Yeah.
But I liked it. I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. It was good.
Yeah, I don't know what I'd rate it. I enjoyed the experience of it, and it definitely kept me. I think
going back every week.
The fact that because the fact that I had a character that I cared about throughout the show.
Nice, yeah.
And that, more so that I didn't want them to ruin it. I didn't want them, and I feel like a lot of shows that they'll try and make you like certain characters and not like other characters, and you sort of want to watch because you want to make sure that, the other characters you don't like ruin things for the character you do like, stuff like that. It's just, I feel like that's a goal of a lot of people when they're trying to make a show. Is they're trying to get that, you want to like certain characters and dislike certain other characters.
Yeah.
They did that for me, but the other way around, where I like the characters that are flawed, flawed, and they didn't really want you to like necessarily. I don't think they were anyway, and dislike the characters that were getting in their way, which was the main characters.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think overall, though, to be honest, I liked WandaVision at the start. When I realized, after the big reveal, it just sort of started dropping for me. I started getting less interested. It just started becoming a little bit more boring, and it sort of just kind of dropped off completely at the end.
I'm with you because we hear it too often nowadays, but there's like superhero fatigue, and like there's a lot of these just big blockbuster action movies that are quite similar, and always kind of go by the same formula, and I guess Falcon and the Winter Soldier did it, and that's kind of why, again, I was expecting something to be special and more profound, when it kind of just all summed up nicely in like a action scene and a few character choices. And it was special. I'm not like disregarding that it actually had some real good. It's going to mean a lot to a lot of people. Like it's the first black like Captain America.
Yeah.
Like it's awesome. But it still followed the same formula and still like finished up in a big action-packed finale that didn't really mean too much.
Yeah.
And same with WandaVision, because I loved the first like 4 episodes.
Yeah.
So different and new and like quirky.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it just started getting more and more back to that same Marvel formula.
Yeah.
More and more back. Yeah, just like, oh, nice. It's nicely tied up, ended in a big battle scene.
Yeah.
Just make it very generic, I almost felt.
Well, here's the thing also is that I feel that, I feel like they were trying they're trying something different with WandaVision. They were really trying to do something more like that was going to really go against the norm and the grain.
Yeah, and that's what it felt like.
At the start, but then, and I agree with you, that's basically exactly what you're saying. It's just, they just suddenly, I felt like they were taking a risk, but then you realize that actually they weren't, really.
Yeah.
Like, the very end, they just went straight back to normal, and they decided, you know what, we're not actually going to take this risk, we're not going to do anything.
We're just going to set up more movies and characters. And
yeah, but not even that, like, they just, like, I thought they could have done so much more if they set up for, like, they did it a similar way, but they set up more for, like, the multiverse, which is a lot of theories were going around at the time. I was really, hoping for that, and they might still, but they didn't make it obvious enough with this to make it part of like the reveals that they did. Yeah. And like, to be honest, a show's not there for reveals. You're not watching it for the reveals for the next show. Yeah. Like, I'm watching it for the show itself. The reveals are a little bit of
the show and characters,
a little bit of a treat at the end. Yeah. I really like this show, and they're revealing stuff for the next show. Yeah. Or the next movie, so I'm going to be really interested in watching that. But I feel like this sort of, with WandaVision, to me, it kind of just feels like I only really watched it and continue watching it because it was Marvel. Yeah. And, like, I don't know.
And, I'm with you there, and I ended up being a bit disappointed. Yeah. And I don't know. I think for me, it just boiled down to they had something special, and it felt cool. And I loved what they were doing, and then it just, I don't know. And people, I've seen people talking about it, and it's like, oh, they just wrapped it up that way and did it like that way because of COVID, and they had to change up what they were filming. But I don't know if that's a good excuse for it. I don't know.
I don't know.
I know both
that could be the case, but it's also a very convenient way of there's a lot of things that like don't want to start talking about. This is just like a bit of a serious thing that we don't normally talk about. Usually serious stuff on, but I do feel like I don't know, if you're making a show and you're able to make a show, you can't then blame it on the circumstance of why you couldn't.
No, I agree with you.
Like make it better. Yeah, it's just like you made the show the way you made the show. If it bombed, it bombed. Yeah. It didn't bomb. People loved it. I feel like
crazy about it.
I just feel like it wasn't anything special, but it was trying to be.
Yeah, that's exactly the same as I felt.
What I say that I critique movies on normally is I try normally to if a show's seems like they're trying to do something but they fail at it, then I normally would critique the show on that, or like they succeed on it. You know, like for instance, something I always bring up for an example is like Avatar.
Yeah, the movie by M. Night Shyamalan.
The big blue aliens Avatar.
Yeah.
I love that movie. I think the main goal of that movie was to do with special effects. They were trying to make something that was going to wow you.
It was like the first one fully filmed in 3D or whatever, eh? It was like real...
I'm not sure, but it
was a big spectacle, yeah.
I do feel like the main goal, for me watching that, I'm like, this movie, the big hype behind it is its effects.
Yeah.
You're watching it because of how, like, they're trying to wow you with the effects and create this beautiful world.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, they succeeded. Most people I hear about who have criticisms to do with Avatar are to do with its story, or how bland it is, or basic, or just overdone the story is, or something, you know, or just how it's not, you know. But to me, I'm like, yeah, okay, it wasn't that amazing, the story-wise. It was pretty basic. I mean, wasn't The Rock called Unobtainium?
I wouldn't be surprised. I haven't seen it since I was a kid. I need to watch it again.
Pretty sure that's what it's called. The rock they're trying to get. It's, and they don't explain. I don't remember them explaining why they wanted the rock.
Yeah,
that kind of stuff. It just goes for heaps of money for some weird reason. And it's obviously not about the story or the build up for it. It's just about. It's about the world that they're trying to create, and it's about trying to wow you with special effects and stuff. And the fight scenes, in my opinion, were quite cool as well, the battle.
Yeah, I never watch it.
Yeah, so that's like my example of how I'd critique a movie. If I'm watching a movie and it's like, okay, they're obviously not trying to put in heaps of effort into this area, they're trying to do it into this area. That's the main goal of the movie. Yeah,
that's what it's known for, and they did well.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, like, I've watched some movies where they'll have, like, a completely animated or completely part of it.
Yeah.
But the movie itself isn't about the special effects. The movie itself is about, like, I don't know, the drama or the story or whatever. So you're not going to critique the movie on this, I don't know, maybe there's some creature in it or something that needs to be animated or whatever, but it's not, you know, it's not super amazing. They didn't have the budget for it or something.
Yeah.
And they're just doing a drama that just happens to have it.
Yeah.
You know, you're not going to critique it so much on that one thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're going to critique it on whether or not the story was good.
Yeah.
And I think what I'm trying to get to is I feel like with WandaVision, they were trying to do something different. They were trying to do something really quirky.
Yeah.
They succeeded in the first few episodes.
I mean, they like filmed the first couple of episodes in front of like a live studio audience and like did all these crazy.
And I almost feel like they were trying to do it almost like slightly more horror themed. It felt like there was more like
Twin
tense.
Peaks, Twilight Zone vibes, especially when they were at the table and they were like just staring at each other and it just like
But then they completely failed at the end. They completely went straight back to Marvel. It was just. Yeah, it
big
was just
CGI fight in the sky,
laser beams,
completely green screened.
Yeah,
yeah,
and also I liked Wanda and I like Vision. The two characters, I quite liked them.
Yeah,
throughout the shows, I realized that their powers are very boring to look at.
It's just special effects. Yeah.
It is just special effects.
Yeah.
One flies, shoots laser beams, and can morph through things. The other one
Flies now.
just uses weird hand motions.
X magic. Yeah.
And weird coloured. Is it red?
Yeah.
It is red. Just red, like, magic-y stuff.
And again, the villain, Agatha, flies, uses like purple magic. Yeah.
Exact same thing. So it's really boring to watch.
Yeah.
Like, all they're doing is they're just shooting around. You know, it's not like, I don't know, like...
But a lot of people loved it. And a lot of...
Yeah, but, like, there's no real effort in their fighting. They're just shooting and flying.
And watching that as compared to, like, the first episode, when it's got that, like, sense of dread and weirdness and different, and it actually, like, it's just something special. I don't know.
Yeah, and then they had to end it on, like, a big fight scene and stuff, and I just think it was... They didn't even... What I'm trying to get to is they didn't even have good characters for it, for a fight.
Yeah.
For an interesting one. But if you go to, like... And I think that's probably why one of the reasons why I prefer Winter Soldier... Not Winter Soldier. Falcon and Winter Soldier more. Is because they weren't trying to do anything interesting or new. They were just trying to make an action TV show. With some... And they happened to add in an interesting character, which made it more interesting.
Back to WandaVision just for a second. Something that got me a few times was just how weird it felt that they were trying to do some things new, but then they also had this, they were trying to do some things just like the way they usually do it at Marvel.
Yeah.
And there were some scenes like, there was like a 2000s Malcolm in the Middle themed comedy episode.
Yeah.
And it's a bit weird when you've got scenes that are 100% like parodying the old comedy shows, and then the next scene's like supposed to make you feel real emotional and like...
Yeah.
It just felt weird, and it felt like a disconnect. Which I don't know. But you're right. I agree with you on.
I think if I was to seriously think about it, I'd probably... I don't know why, but I feel like and it might be a bit harsh, but I'd rate WandaVision like a 5 out of 10.
But rate it like a 6. Yeah.
And I'd probably go 6.5 for the Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Justified, I reckon.
As I was saying before, Falcon and Winter Soldier, I think they did a good job with what they were trying to do.
It's entertaining, right?
But what they were trying to do wasn't that amazing.
Yeah.
Like, it was just an action show. Yeah.
It's entertaining, it's action. We'll have some cool characters that people want to dress up as and get action figures of.
Yeah, but there was nothing unique. There was nothing crazy cool about it. There was nothing spectacularly well done about it as well that made it stand out more amongst other action TV shows and stuff. There was no... Yeah. So overall, you know... it was pretty average. Yeah. But I enjoyed the experience.
Exactly. And I'm 100% with you. And I mean, I've loved these movies. Like growing up, these are probably what made me start my love for movies anywhere. Like I grew up watching all the old Spider-Mans and the old Iron Man and Hulk. But just to wrap up, and just thinking about, like, I've loved these, I've loved the comics, I've loved it all, and it's kind of just, I don't know. I don't know what, it does kind of feel like we need some new things, which I'm looking forward to, because the winner, to bring it back, full circle, the winner, the director of Nomadland, which won Best Picture, is directing The Eternals, which is a Marvel movie coming out this year. And Nomadland was very beautiful and moving and, like, grandiose. So I'm kind of hoping, I'm loving that they seem to be getting more directors and getting more people that want to change the genre up a bit, which I'm looking forward to.
Here's another thing I'm looking for. Just so I can end on a positive note as well, because I don't like poo-pooing things the entire show.
Yeah,
I don't feel like that's the goal of this.
No,
podcast.
totally not.
We're not.
We just want to chat about things.
And we're not professional.
No.
Like, we're not critics.
I can see why people...
I overly criticize a lot of shows.
We're not critics at all. And I can see why a lot of people love WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like, it's... Yeah. I get it.
So to end on a more positive note, at least as far as Marvel's concerned, I watched the trailer for that, I don't know what it's called, something rather in the 10 Rings or something.
Shang-Chi and the Legend of the 10 Rings or whatever?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I watched that, never heard of it before.
Yeah.
No idea what it's about. Looked epic.
Looks
like
awesome.
Watching it, I was just like, this is...
And apparently they wanted to make it feel like Asian, like...
I loved...
martial art
saw
movies.
Little clips of it, of the some of the fight scenes, and it looks like they're using more traditional sort of Chinese, I assume it's Chinese, or just...
I think it is.
I've seen a lot of Chinese films anyway, action films and stuff, where they're using that sort of filming techniques where they're sort of it's way over the top, but you can see like people sort of almost glide down to the ground and do these huge high jumps and stuff. Like you can tell that they're just being craned around, you know, with those little cords and stuff. But they make it so that sort of they're, you know, as if they're doing it just like, you know, that's just how they fight. But it's like it's really over the top, but it looks cool.
I know.
In fighting, and I saw I think I saw like a glimpse of a scene where it looks like they were using that technique.
Yeah, I think so as well. I mean, they've said that they want to make it feel like those films. So
yeah,
I love it. They're doing something. I guess
mean,
not
if we
new,
have
but
like
just different.
Yeah, but if we have like a sort of Ip Man sort of style.
Yeah. Kind of like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yeah.
Sort of Destiny.
Sort of Destiny. That's one title for the same movie, isn't it?
It's the sequel to Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, I think.
Yeah, isn't it Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon?
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, then there's Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, the Sword of Destiny.
Something like that.
Yeah. But yeah, totally.
Yeah, sort of like they morphed together and put into a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting from it. The vibe was, and I was just like, this is...
And I'm hoping that these just feel like... I would love it if the Eternals feels like massive in scale and just moving and just something different. And I'd love it if Shang-Chi was just old school, taking us back to like how those action films were made and actually just reveling in that. That'd be cool. Even like Loki coming up, how it just seems like it's going all in with crazy time travel, alternate dimensions, and just making it really weird.
It looks so weird.
I've got faith.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that these are a bit different and just new.
I was actually getting like predestination vibes
man,
from Loki.
There we go. And you love predestination, so you're going to love it.
Which is making me sort of like, oh, I don't know about this.
Anyway, I think that's the episode. Thanks for hanging out with us as we've caught up. Covered a few things, and next episode, hopefully, I'll watch When Marnie Was There this week, and we can talk about that. Deep dive into Ghibli.
I reckon you write up a review, and I'll write up a little review, and then we can sort of compare notes on it.
Yeah, that sounds good. Perfect. Oh, well, we'll see you guys next time.